Hello everyone. So today we will start your new chapter, that is drainage system. This is chapter number 3. Your chapter number 2 has been deleted by the CBSE. So what do you know about the drainage system? So let's first understand about drainage. As you all know that water flow through different channels, canal or rivers. So flow of water through these defined pattern is known as drainage, and network of such channels is known as drainage system. So drainage pattern of an area, it is an outcome of many geological factors like time period, nature, structure of rocks, and slope and amount of water flowing through. So these all factors in makes a drainage system. So there are various drainage patterns in our country. uh, the drainage patterns that resemble a tree-like branches of tree-like structure is known as dendritic uh, drainage pattern. So the river flow in northern plain, that is Ganga, Yamuna, Gagra, and Gandak are the example of these dendritic like structure. Look at this map. So the major river like Ganga, Yamuna, and Gomati, Gagra form dendritic-like structure or tree-like structure. So it is known as dendritic drainage pattern. Then there comes the second, that is a radial. So when the river originate from a hill and flow in all direction, the drainage pattern is known as radial. River originating from Amarkantak range present a good example of it. Amarkantak is in Madhya Pradesh, just in the center of our country, and rivers that are mainly originate from are Narmada and Son. So these are the example of radial drainage pattern. What do you mean by the radial? Like when rivers flow from a hill and then they flow in all direction, it is known as a radial pattern. Then comes the third, that is trails. Here the primary tributary of river flows parallel to the secondary tributary and they meet at right angle. This pattern is known as trails. And you can take the example of Sindh and Betwa rivers. They flow Kane, and you can take the example of Kane and Betwa river also, Sindh river also. They flow parallel to each other, and then they meet to Yamuna river at 90-degree angle. Then the last come is centripetal. In this pattern, river discharge all their water uh, in all direction. Look at the southern rivers of Krishna river and Godavari rivers. They form this type of drainage pattern, which is known as centripetal pattern. So a river drains the water collected from a specific area is called its catchment area. These are some important terms: catchment area, watershed, drainage basin. We will look them by one. What we mean by catchment area is when a river drains all water, which collects its all water drain from a specific area. It is known as its catchment area, where it's collect its water. Then comes the second term, that is drainage basin. So an area drained by a river and its tributary is called drainage basins. So the total area drained by a river is known as drainage basin. Then comes the third point, that is watershed. The boundary line separating one drainage basin from the other is known as watershed. Look at this water divide line, which comes from China, Tibet portion to Delhi Ridge. Then it's come along through Aravalli Hills in Rajasthan. Then these Satpura and Vindhya ranges, which divide the rivers from Narmada, Tapi, and these Betwa Kon rivers, which originates from Amarkantak Hill. Then there comes the Western Ghats, which act as a watershed between the peninsular rivers. And the last is the catchment of large rivers are called river basin, while those are small rivers are known as watershed. So small rivers divide two different flow of water by the watershed, whereas the large rivers divided its catchment area by river basins. So are the these are the common differences between a river basin and watershed. Or a slight difference, you can say that watersheds are small in area, while the river basins cover larger area. So large river, similarly, large rivers act as a river basins, whereas small rivers act as a watershed area for their catchment area. So thank you, children.